about you, love? And she goes, yeah, it's all about you.
Yeah.
And then that's then
You see where it goes.
Then you're in it. You know.
All right. Well,
we really have digressed heavily from the intended subject matter.
But that's part of the fun.
Part of the way the show goes, right?
No, that's part of the way of talking to you. I'll tell you that. But you do raise some very interesting points. Now, as someone who personally has gone through a different journey of self-discovery, I know I am damaged. I know I'm broken, and I know that my issue is
all a little cracked.
Of course, right? But you got to take ownership of it.
But no one wants. There's no interest in a perfect porcelain figure.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's the imperfections that really are the meat of the character.
Whatever, Mr. Artist. We ain't writing a book here. No, I'm joking.
You don't know. One day I'm famous in these quotes, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, they put that shit on Facebook, bro. I put the wrong photo up, bro. DJ Diwa said this.
I did. No, but I'll say, like, as someone who's got a totally different journey to self-discovery, when I went through my whole phase, I can't say that I discovered myself. In fact, I learned nothing about myself.
You learned that you didn't enjoy that.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean that. But that's,
you learned that you were looking for a connection.
I'd always known about that. You see, the reason why, as is explained in the episode, for those who don't have the time to go back to that episode, I only went into that phase because, number one, I had just gotten out of a very serious relationship, and I was no longer interested in monogamy, so I tried frivolous activity for a change.
Exactly.
And it wasn't
isn't that learning about yourself?
No. But I'd already known that that's not for me. I just didn't want to be in a position where I would say, no, but this person is all right. So I never allowed my brain to reach that place.
I think every experience is educational.
No, I'm not saying I didn't learn anything, but I can't say that I grew and said, oh, no, this is who I am now.
Of course you did. Look at the way you're talking to me.
You think it's because of my whole face?
No, I'm saying that it contributed to the vast, faceted human being that's in front of you.
Contributed to a lot of scarred people, I'll tell you that.
but think about it. Like, you've got so many fucking dimensions and facets, right? You are a complex person, right?
Yeah.
Of opinion and of soul. And, like, you don't think that your fucking experiences contributed to that?
No.
Of course, the fuck off. Of course they did.
No, they didn't.
Of course they
did not.
Did.
I learned nothing.
Do you know how life...
I'm lying. I learned a lot, and it's in the episode. I'm really plugging.
You just keep plugging it, bro. Was it episode 5? Episode 5, bro.
I'm plugging it in, y'all. I'm plugging it in. No, but what I'm trying to get at is that not everyone's journey can be learned through frivolousness, and there's some people who don't have the capacity to do that.
I think the premise of this episode has definitely changed, because the idea of saying a hose, fuck, I hate that word, hose created, not born, is rhetorical. We all fucking know like that. We all know that.
Not necessarily.
No, well, okay, so nature over nurture, right? Like, I'm saying nurture. Right. I'm saying that your upbringing is paramount,
right,
to everything.
True.
Right? And what do you mean not necessarily, bro? Like, you're not born like, where that dick at, bro? Though,
please tell me you were not born like that.
Though they do put fucking titties in your mouth as soon as you come out.
Right, okay.
And then women wonder why we have a fascination, bro.
And with 11 minutes left to go, the conversation has gone south.
I'm saying that the premise really of this talk is how good is a period of life where you are free to be a little bit selfish, be a little bit callous with people's opinion.
What if you never come back?
Yeah, some people don't come back.
So why would you tempt fate?
Because the reward is greater than the risk.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, of course.
I don't agree with that at all.
I still think. But you said you always knew before your whole period.
Yeah.
You knew that you liked monogamous relationships.
Yes.
Yeah. How?
because I was raised like that, and it's always been.
So you'd never known. You'd never known.
No, I did. I knew. I'm trying to tell you. I knew
before the peens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before the whole phase happened.
Right.
Had you ever been promiscuous?
No.
No. So what I'm saying is that you knew a fact with no evidence, and then you decided, you know what? Let me test the proof of concept here.
No.
Yes, well,
no.
You said I don't want to be in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, but that's not because I was trying to test anything. It was because
it ends up being an it ends up being an experiment anyway. So you had that period, and then you realize, you know what? I always thought I was somebody who liked a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
I never intended to go into this period of promiscuity, but now that I'm on the tail end of it, I realize, you know what? Fuck that shit. I do like monogamous relationships. So now, you don't just know based on your upbringing, you know based on experience.
Okay, I see what
you know what I mean? So now you have learned something about yourself, not just what was taught to you.
But
not just how you were brought up.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to inform you, That's Dr. Wade. Right.
That's my mother.
I know. He's a very, very respectful person.
In fact, let's not fucking mention that.
Let's not say that. Let's not say that at all. Let's not say that at all. Right. But what I'm trying to say to you, Philosopher Wade, is that I did not need a whole phase to already confirm that. So.
Would you not have spent the rest of your life wondering?
No.
Would you not have been like, shit, man, but you know, I could have.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something I've said on the show before. In order for you to engage in all of that, it has to be an idea that is available to you, right? People who step out of their marriages or relationships, it's because that sort of activity is an activity that is available to them. So
yes,
what I mean by available, it means that...
Of course, there has to be opportunity to...
No. There's always going to be opportunity, regardless of whether you are the most loyal of people.
Think about how much infidelity happens in Zimbabwe.
That's what I'm saying.
And we're such a conservative country.
Not true, but
we value marriage. We value and then so many men step out on their wives.
Okay, you're not understanding what I'm saying by available to you. What I'm saying, okay, so for example, if someone says to you, "Let's go out on the town and get smashed," what would you say?
Well, if it was 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, nigga, let's go.
Because 5 years ago, that sort of behavior was available to you.
It's available to me now.
No. As in, if you're willing to do it, it's no longer available to you because you've just proven that if someone was to ask you to do that now, it would be a very big ask.
Available is the wrong word.
What's the
word? Appealing.
Not necessarily.
Right? Because, of course, we can go out tonight and get fucking hammered if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But both me and you are niggas that are like, we'd rather spend it in my studio fucking having a conversation.
That's right.
Right? Because going out and getting smashed isn't appealing to us anymore. But it's available. We can do that shit right now. You got a whip? I got money? Let's go.
Yeah, true. I understand that. I'm saying, hey, I got money $2 million. You just got a whip. No, I'm joking. No, but what I mean by we're getting lost in this whole thing. What I'm trying to say is what by available I mean it is a line of thinking that you are willing to engage in. You're willing to take in. So it's not about the appeal. Okay. It's about the fact that it is a decision you will make. Right. So with the whole people I are very promiscuous in Zimbabwe, even though we're conservative, because a lot of people, infidelity is a behavior that is available.
And it's not really frowned upon for men here, right?
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Right?
Not in the slightest.
But for women,
it's bad.
That's what I'm talking about. Upbringing, about how the environment shapes our opinions.
But that's a totally different conversation.
I suppose
one that I don't even think we have a disagreement on.
Okay, fair enough. But just in this conversation, because we've agreed now with the change of premise. Don't know how much time we have left.
5 minutes.
We agreed now with the change of premise about if it's good to have a period of your life where you're more free to fuck around. Basically.
Yeah, no, true.
Right. Yeah. All right, minor edits. Sorry about that.
Very minor edits.
I had a bit of a coughing fit. So, what I think the question I was on was that if we've agreed that the premise is now, the question that we're asking really in this podcast is not if a hoe was created or born, is if a promiscuous phase is important to life.
Yeah.
I think probably through the course of this conversation, I've come to the realization that it was very informative to my life.
There we go.
Right?
Yeah.
And I would argue that it was to yours, but you would disagree. I get that, that's fine. But
I have to agree for the show's sake, but if you listen to that episode of what I learned during my whole phase, you will learn what I learned during that phase.
But obviously, it's not for everybody. As you say, some people don't come back.
Some people don't come back.
And that's the point is that there's no fucking user guide for everybody, right?
Yeah, no, true.
You know what I mean? Everybody's an individual.
But we do use the theory of social proof, where we look at what others do as a basis of how to learn about what to do for ourselves.
I suppose.
So when you see other people going through a whole phase, and you see some people coming up with lessons like that, you say, hey, perhaps maybe that's what I have to do. But is it really something for you to do? So what we got out of this is you've spoken about your whole phase. I've plugged in my whole phase, and people can see. That's right, and everybody can see whether it's something that's worth engaging. Because I'm sure it's a thought that a lot of people out there have. Like, should I just have that moment where I throw caution to the wind and find myself?
Most importantly, and this is what I would like to tie up my whole speaking point is that I think those phases have so much fucking negativity tied into them. And I don't believe that's appropriate. I think the negativity stems from a culture that we have created that is not necessarily true to people. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily true to life and to upbringings. And I think calling somebody a hoe because they're having more sex or they're being slightly promiscuous or whatever, I think it's detrimental to the well-being of men and women. You know, I think we end up treating them like hoes. You know what I mean? When they don't deserve that, because what? They're just trying to have fun. They're trying to figure out their shit just as you're trying to figure out. We're all just trying to fucking keep our heads above water, and you can't. Doing that is sort of pushing them down a little bit underneath the waves and saying, well, you're of this value because of your actions.
I don't agree at all with you. I think it is important for us to still have the labels of hoes and all of that. And the reason why I believe in it is because...
But you had a hoe phase.
I did have a hoe phase.
So what? So you hoe.
I did.
Don't fuck with Kuda, he's a hoe. I mean, DJ Dio.
I do not dispute that. I hoed. No dispute from me. But why I think it's important...
So whilst you're hoeing, you would have appreciated it if people treated you...
I would have deserved it. It was coming.
You would have deserved it for what? For having sex?
Listen to
you know what I mean?
If you let me finish my point, lad. Right? We have 1 minute 56 seconds for this to come out. Why I think it's important for us to still have those labels is primarily because when you are hoeing, you have no regard for the damage you're actually inflicting on others.
That's true.
Right. So while you are in your journey of self-discovery, if that's what you're doing it for, or your journey of just enjoying, sex and all of that, you're actually leaving a trail of destruction. And if you've ever been in a relationship with an insecure girl, that is the most painful shit on the planet. And it's because of hoes like us, right, that happens. And so in order for society to try on some level to keep that sort of behavior in check, we need the labels.
Then you're entering a realm of who's really responsible? Why are they staying in these negative relationships if they were looking for something more? But anyway, that's a different discussion.
That's not a different discussion. That can be done in a minute and 3. I'm joking, God.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it can't. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that those labels are important because you need some sort of societal enforcement. I believe
discrimination.
It's not discrimination. It's not discrimination, guy. You cannot, because you have no regard for anybody else. It's a narcissistic way of thinking to say that while I'm on my journey of discovery, fuck anybody else. And everyone else can go.
That's true.
And that's why we need the labels to try and on some level
but you don't understand
the behavior.
Calling somebody a hoe
is what?
Is hate speech, essentially.
Oh, come on, man. We're in the Trump era. Get with it. Get with it.
Nah, bro. You can't do that shit. You can't call somebody a hoe or a slut just because they want to fuck.
Okay, all right. And on that,
because nobody called me a hoe or slut when I went to fuck.
They probably didn't do it to your face. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say thank you to Maddie Way for coming and being so honest and being so real. You're an amazing guest. Thank you for coming, and I would love to have you back on some other time.
I'd love to be back on, man.